Hello. It was muted. I was trying to get the stuff loaded. Hello, Jelly, Chevy, Justin. I will have to leave at some point to drive, but I'm here at the moment. Ooh, Justin, where are you driving? Are you driving to get some hookers and blow? If so, count me in. Oh, I see. I should have expected this. Maggie, I'll be real with you. I completely forgot what we were doing here. Hold up. Mia, okay. Yes, we know she's deceased. You don't have to keep putting that. Okay, so we have coffee from ass, motherfucker. Gumshoe. Maggie. Waitress at Trisbeit. Oh! Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. I remember. I haven't fully caught up with the stream I missed, but how do you like your doppelganger? This case was actually intended to be in the previous game. Honestly, the only thought that crossed my mind when the doppelganger came out, which I kind of had to spoil myself on his name. Found out that his name is Furio, like supposed to be Furious Tiger. I only had to do that so I could pull up a picture of him to get for the thumbnail. But other than that, yeah, the only thing I could think of when I first saw Furio was just straight up, what the hell is even that? First off, my mans needs to lay off the spray tans. He looking more like a tangerine than a nice day in the sun. Secondly, why would you put on an orange suit with orange skin? That's too much orange. That's just too much. See, this amount of orange is fine because it's broken up by, you know, the nice little apron. This is fine. But what he had was not. Dead ass. Dead ass jelly, it was too much fucking orange. Jesus Christ. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over Sir Scout's honor. Maggie. Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe! Are you doing alright? How you feeling? As if you need to ask either question, sir. Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay? Roger! Gosh damn it. Roger. He just built different. I don't care if he's built like a brick shithouse, Justin. I don't care if he's built like a limp spaghetti noodle. That's too much freaking orange. For anyone, alright? And you, yes? You'd better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest. Detective Gumshoe, chill out, my home dog, bread slice dog. We gonna get your bitch out, alright? It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll get you shoddy out of jail, don't worry about it. We are less than 15 subscribers away from the Five Nights at Freddy's marathon charity stream. But I wear orange a lot. To be honest, I'm wearing all orange. Chevy, are you in a gosh damn prison cell? There's no way you should be wearing that much orange. The fuck? No, I'm not in prison. was about to ask, are you wearing an orange jumpsuit? Cause you're on our side for once, right? Yep. So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir? Of course, I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright? Sure. Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You got me? It's not a front. I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. Maya. 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 You. Sweet. Chevy, don't do that to me. Also, Maya, my sweet, sweet summer child. Have you learned nothing? I blink for 5 seconds, and you have caused a nuclear warfare in Canada.
Yo, like, dude, like, what are you playing, Ace Attorney right now, dude?
Yes.
Dude, like, let me tell, like, dude, like, listen, bro, like, dead ass. Let me tell you my favorite thing about Ace Attorney, like, dead ass, okay?
Mia's tits.
No, like, dead ass, Mia's tits are nice, but it's like, dude, like, dead ass, Phoenix Wright could probably get me off of a fucking possession charge, bro. That's my favorite thing about it. I wish, like, Phoenix Wright was real, like, dead ass, dude.
Melissa, I'm not sure what your goal is of, like, wearing all orange. But please stop.
Dead ass, that's Ace Attorney, bro. It's dead ass. Dead ass, so cool, man. Dead ass. See, Jelly gets me like dead ass, dude. Fucking Phoenix Wright could like get me off of a possession charge, but like Edgeworth would try to get me on one, but Edgeworth just need to chill the fuck out and smoke a bowl, bro.
Hey, can I give you a dead-ass marijuana thought?
Yeah, like dead ass, dude.
Okay, pull up your hand.
Like what?
Pull up your hand in front of your face.
Yeah, okay, like dead ass, dude.
Okay.
You're not saying dead ass enough, like dead ass.
Well, I had to explain to you what to do, so shut up. Anyway. So, like, dead ass, all your fingers don't line up because they're different lengths, right?
Yeah, like dead ass, dude.
Okay, now curl your fingers and they all line up.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, the fuck they don't, dude.
Curl your fingers
you mean like
fist.
Into a fist?
Yeah.
Dead ass, dude. They still don't line up, bro.
They do line
No,
up.
they don't. Dead ass.
That's bullshit.
No, it's not. Like dead ass, bro. For real, Mike. Dead ass. See, like even Jelly, like dead ass agrees, bro. Hold up, I gotta let this fat fucking cat in, bro.
Blue. Dog scratch. I think Chevy's had enough of blue.
Come on, like dead ass, bro.
Dead ass. He thinks it's the doorway.
Oh yeah, he thinks it's the doorway from like the back rooms. Like dead ass, bro.
Dead ass. You just stepped all over his tail.
Like dead ass. He's so fucking stupid. He don't remember.
Dead ass. He's so chonk.
Dead ass. He's so fat.
Dead ass. I know a way to end world hunger.
Dead ass. What do we do to end hunger?
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
Dead ass, dude.
We banned starving.
Holy shit, dude. That's yo, dude. Dude, that's like dead
Blue
ass.
dead ass.
Blue. Dead ass.
Color blue. No frick blue. I'm so done with blue.
Dude, like dead ass though.
Alright, everyone shut up. Court's in session.
Oh shit, dead ass. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird, like dead ass.
Oh, gosh damn it.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
But blue isn't done.
Come on, dead ass.
I'm trying to read chat. Sip, sip.
Ah, better. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? What's wrong?
Nothing, it's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, "You was talking to me." It was a little intimidating. No, that wasn't me. That was a phony Phoenix. Oh, I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he? Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Fuck, am I a wrench? What?
Dead ass, bro. It's a roach, not a wrench.
No, because he said...
Where the fuck did you get a wrench from?
Because he said trusty Phoenix!
What?
Yeah, you know how you call something like your trusty old something?
Yeah, like I have a trusty roach.
Oh my god.
Like dead ass, dude.
Your opening statement, Mr. Wright. Whether you're a fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
But I can already tell you I'm the real Phoenix Wright.
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out.
What?
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
What's your question, Melissa Powell? Like, wait, no, you're Chevy now. Like, dude, like dead ass. What's your question? Like, dead ass.
Can I paint my skin orange?
Yo, do it, dude. Why the fuck not?
I mean, technically, yeah, you can.
Like, dead ass, bro. Dead ass, bro. This cat is so
No
fat.
one is... I'ma be an orange. Deadass. No! I have a strawberry shortcake roll and all the freaking white chocolate came off.
Dude, like dead ass. It's like 90 degrees in this room. Of course it's dead. Like dead ass.
Like dead ass, dude, we have a fan.
Like dead ass, dude. That shit makes too much noise for the stream. Also, like dead ass, dude. Look at this fat cat.
Did you guys turn off the music? No, it just stopped playing. Chevy, deadass, you'll look like an Oompa Loompa, deadass.
Dude, like dead ass. But
I want to be an Oompa. Oh,
but
God.
Oompa Loompas are cool, dude. Like dead ass. They could make the best edibles, bro.
Even though I'm almost 6 foot. It's fine, just walk around on your knees. You'll be perfect height.
Dude, the Cytherian or whatever the fuck they're called is 6 feet tall, bro. Are they all 6 feet?
No, they're humans. They come in all shapes.
No, like dead ass, bro. They're not humans though. They're like animals or some shit, man. Like dead ass.
I'm gonna be the tallest Oompa Loompa in the world. No, Captain. In this world, it's Oompa or be Loompa.
Yo,
that terrifies me.
It's like you should like the stream or some shit, guys.
Smoothie science? Fucking what, Dog Scratch? As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Who thinks I'm gonna be 7 foot when I'm an adult? I know men don't stop growing, so males don't stop growing until they're like 18 or 19. Females stop growing around 16 through 17.
I'm sorry, but like dead ass, when someone on the internet, no matter their gender, dead ass tells me they're over 6 feet, it makes me giggle. Because, like, dead ass, dude, you're probably like 5'2". Straight up. Like, dead ass.
Chevy, that's dead ass crazy, man. I can't even imagine that dead ass, bro. I couldn't either. I'm dead ass only like 5'2", and that's maybe with shoes on. Dead ass. I'm fucking short, bro. Man, 6 feet, dead ass. Damn, I only have the 2 dead ass.
Boy, dude, horse shit. Picture it didn't happen. Picture it didn't happen. Horse shit.
As everyone's aware. Okay, so we already read that. But also, it depends on your genetics, for the most part, as to how tall you're gonna be. So, like, say you have a dad who's, like, 6'8", and a mom who's, like, I don't know, like, 5 foot. You'll normally just end up being the height between them. If both your parents are around 5 feet, you'll normally just end up only being, like, 5 feet tall. Give or take a few inches. My grandpa is 6'9". Oh, I also know a dude who is 6'9". I don't know if his YouTube's still up, but his name was That Man Zanzi. $5'10", 5'11". I could see that, Dog Scratch. I only say I could see that for you because, which pisses me off because my younger brother is taller than me, and now I have Luigi. I have a Luigi, and it's weird. Both of y'all lying. Nah, for Dog Scratch I can see it because he was normally not to like expose my boy over here, but he was always kind of the skinny beanpole of the friend group. He was just tall and lanky. Ain't his fault, it's just how he was. And he was already taller than me. I think I was 5 foot exactly when we met. Want a person that liked to prance around as an animal? And you came saying you know someone 6'9" is bull, bro. It ain't, but whatever, John Doe. I have since gotten less skinny as my metabolism decided to stop being amazing. How does it feel, motherfucker? How does it feel to be chunk? How does it feel to be chunk like the rest of us? Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this trial, nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial. What the fuck was the last evidence? I wasn't there! Not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me. Now then, Mr. Gudo, please summon your first witness. John Doe, it's Chevy now, it's not Melissa.
My guy, John, I was kidding about the horse shit thing. Like, don't take it serious, though.
Let's start with the formality, shall we?
Chill the fuck out, homeboy.
It's pretty lit, not gonna lie. Chubb is hot, and now I have muscle, so I'm good. Thank God you finally got some meat on your bones, bro. Like, I was always so worried to, like, hug you back in middle school, because I was always scared that I would snap you like a twig. Ain't gonna lie. Witness, state your name for the court. Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. Name's Police Department Detective, occupation Dick Gumshoe. Other way around, Detective. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir. Since yesterday? Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case right now. Oh, Gumshoe's really got everything under control for everyone's sake. I see, so Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case? What pickup? Yeah, it's just Chevy, but with an SH. Maybe because you don't know how to change it. Damn, leave her alone.
John is just firing shots like a dickhead right now.
I'm about to ask someone to mute John. Yes, yes, sir. Victim's name was Glenn Elg. Glenn Elg.
Glelg.
Gleg. I'm just gonna be quiet now. Nah, Chevy. Chevy, you ain't gotta be quiet. Fuck John Doe. John Doe. No one has to answer shit. Sit the fuck down. The victim's name was Glenn Elg. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated. I don't think a programmer should be linked to Blue Screens. I feel like if anything, that's a bad. That's a bad programmer. A local company. This is the victim's autopsy report. Court accepts this into evidence. What was the autopsy? Can I have it? Died of potassium cyanide. Damn! Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. That's some strong shit. And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. Okay, and then the phony was sitting here.
Dude, can somebody, like, mute John or some shit? Thank you.
Bro, someone mute John. I ain't dealing with this BS.
Melissa, you don't have to leave. Somebody fucking, like, mute John, please.
Alright, there he goes.
Has he been put in a timeout, or nah?
I don't know if he was put in a timeout, but all of his stuff's gone, so I'm guessing. Is an hour enough? Timeout. Okay.
Yeah, it should be good.
An hour should be fine. Hey, yo, what? Victim was sitting right here.
Melissa, you don't have to leave the community because of a dickhead. I mean, if you seriously want to leave the community over John, that's fine, and I mean, that's your choice. But, I mean, fine, leave. I mean, John doesn't represent all of us, and if you want him to, that is your decision.
Can we double check that there is no sound on purpose, because I also didn't jingle for getting evidence. No, there's sound. Bye, Chevy. Poison coffee was brought over to him by the waitress. The waitress is being accused, yeah. Victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. G. Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Victor Kudo. It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me. X is the victim C, okay. Come, detective, take up this hammer and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands. Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony. Yes, sir.
I don't know how they can barely hear. I mean, it's like max. Go. Can you go over to the volume settings on my mixer?
This?
Yes. Go up. Move up. Okay. Well, no what. Go down.
Oh.
You unmuted 2 microphone sources, which means we were echoing probably the whole fucking time.
I'm so sorry. I thought. I'm dumb. I'm so sorry. That was my bad completely. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. Yeah, no shit. Damn. It looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. What the fuck is the motive, though? Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady. You can literally put potassium cyanide in anything. It's practically odorless and tasteless. You can mix that shit into a soup and no one would know. Probably should not have said that on the internet. Oh well. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but yes. Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood? I already told you that wasn't me! Oh, Jesus Christ. It lives! It does live. Hold it! Can I stop you for just a minute? Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence? He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table. Yeah, that's what she said, and what killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey, sadly her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, it's true. Their 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table. But we know that's bullshit. What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not?
We should all violently masturbate together.
No. We'll leave it for now. Then maybe you should leave it alone. I once had a bad feeling that I was about to have a bad feeling. It was really bad. Maybe I should move on to another part of this testimony. We understand that the guy, Glenn Elg, was listening to the radio at the time. He was listening to his radio, you say? Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket. Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece. I feel like me pressing harder on these is like a test to see if I'll fuck up. Yes, Maya, you had a bad feeling. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup, when we found potassium cyanide. Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. But what was her motive? It's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective? Chuck out a bad cup of coffee, you can always get another. Huh? I don't get it. I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. Oh. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Mrs. Bird's motive? She was... They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket. I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too. It disappeared from the scene of the crime, and it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? But what reason would she really have to steal the ticket? Because she said that she fainted right as it happened. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. Hey. I have here in my hand the very ticket in question. That's the $500,000 lottery ticket? One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? Again, she passed out. Anyone could have literally slipped it into her pocket. Quite the lucky bird, our little waitress. We will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately. And better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering. Bro, mans probably does not get paid enough. This ticket was presented to the court in previous trial too, but it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. You really think there are any contradictions to this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. Gumshoe told us out in the lobby. He said we'd be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't know it, throw us a line? Gather the facts together, I guess. Okay. Now stop me for a minute. And you give me a serving coffee out my ass. Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way. An argument as weak as the coffee at Chespian. I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? It's more like a photo to me. Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. Get the fuck out of here. This is a photograph taken near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime, how, Mr. Tried, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table? Certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. How should I know? Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it? Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used? Hold it! Traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else. Not sure I get you, pal. Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder? If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance. So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Ah. Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Wright? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. Seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee. What should I do? Should I press on the point a little harder or not? Well, just because it was in the coffee doesn't mean someone couldn't... Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee? What do you mean? According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it? Oh, hey, you're right.
Objection!
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there. For me. Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence. That piece, sir. Yes, that piece. What piece was it again? This! Should I be grateful this coffee is only hot enough to give me first-degree burns? Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup. The victim's cup, take a good look at the rim. There is clearly a coffee stain on it. That looks like a lipstick stain. Did our mans wear lipstick? This man looks like he wear lipstick. Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in the cup. Victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him like this. For the record, the only prints on the cups were the victims and the defendants. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime. I like an old man who likes the score. I don't know how I feel about that statement. There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Did I ever tell Justin? Oh, he wasn't here for my absolute crackpot theory. Look, I know why Godot hates us so much. This is my big-brained crackpot theory, right? Look, Godot hates us so much, and like he wears the mask over his face thing because he's totally Mia's ex-boyfriend, right? Like this just makes complete sense. He's Mia's ex-boyfriend, and somehow he survived his near-death experience. Cause like he's a big shot attorney, but he's new to defense attorney, but not defense attorney, he's new to prosecuting attorney, but that didn't mean that he wasn't at one point a defense attorney. Therefore, big brain logic says that is Mia's ex-boyfriend. Boom!
Would you like me to respond to your crackpot theory?
Only if it doesn't confirm that I'm right, because if I'm right, I think I might cry. I think I might cry.
That alone provides a very credible motive.
That's also why he hates Phoenix, because, I don't know, probably some bullshit, like he thinks Phoenix slinging dick or something, I don't know. Not really. It's probably because he thinks Phoenix is giving a bad name to her legacy or some shit. Something petty as fuck.
I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. I don't mind an old man who is weak to the siren call of money. Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
Nah, man, I know I'm right, Justin.
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance.
I'm gonna go take a shit.
With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time. Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. That stain looks like... it can't be blood, can it? Ah! Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. Somehow spilled coffee on herself. Coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more. Something else? I presume you mean, of course, I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court? Please tell me it's ketchup. Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You didn't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could the stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir. It is ketchup. She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe. Well, stun like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness. Ugh. I thought everyone knew what it was already. Also, how long ago did this case take place? December 5th and it's January 7th? Bro, it's been over a month. That bloodstain would be almost the same shade as the coffee right now, okay? It would not be that red. The motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence, they have all been clearly established. Well, Wright, seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive the man nuts. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. Bro, I don't know. Could you imagine trying to chug, like, an entire fucking, like, 3 bottles of ketchup? Because if you're talking of, like, average-sized bottles, a whole cup, I think, is, like, 12 fluid ounces. And there's at least a good 20 in an average-sized bottle of ketchup. So you'd have to do, like, 3 of those just for a few cups. If not more. Ugh. Crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man. So that must have been Victor. Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. See, she fucking passed out, so how would she be able to steal the ticket? Because I don't think the ticket was found on her, was it? Found during a body search of Maggie. So this and this were found in her apron, but she was passed out, so how would she have had time to even put that shit in her pocket? That doesn't make sense. We figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. Found a lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. That was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good. Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Wright. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. So if it was reported by the scary old man, then that means it was this dude. Because Maggie was passed out. Right? Okay, so that means that the dude sat here. Because we know that the victim was over here. The fucking murderer was right here. And Maggie fell up against a wall when she passed out. But presumably, I think it would be somewhere over here, maybe? Because she said she caught a glimpse of it, and then, like, once the dude actually fell over dead, she just dropped. And she saw the dude with him, so I would assume somewhere within this area is where she fell over. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe? There's an old man who's a regular at the restaurant where the incident happened. We're obviously talking about the same old man. Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? Then he hurled abuse at them. And seeds. Seeds? It was nothing. I caught each one with my teeth. I guess not even the mighty Godot can avoid being attacked by that guy. The old man was the only other customer in the place at the time. He took his time finding a payphone, apparently, so he was late reporting the crime. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. How long was the defendant unconscious for? The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen. Took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself. I bet you would have liked to have carried out the search, too. I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful. You're a professional detective, Gumshoe, not a professional birdwatcher! Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation. Oops, guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I? The victim didn't have any identification on him. Or cold? Out cold in the kitchen? She passed out in the dining area. Yeah, but like... Wait, do I have a testimony? Damn it, I thought she gave us a testimony! Fuck! Hello, Chevy! The victim didn't have any identification on him. I assume that Armstrong pulled her inside to safety. Changed my profile pic, but I can't with the name. Oh. That's weird that it won't let you change the name, though. You didn't have any? Are you saying that it was stolen, then? No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him. Well, then how the fuck did he pay for the coffee? Yet, all he had was 58 cents in his wallet. 58 cents? Yeah, I can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal. Victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man. Or some kind of outlaw. Why not give him a bit of an edge? I think I'm onto something here. Well, we figured out who he was pretty quick. Okay, but how? He had no driver's license. Wait a sec. Huh? Did I say something dumb again? Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. It's basically what you said, yes? Yeah, basically. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly? Oh, that. He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going. There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenn L. visited his doctor before he went to Trespian. Got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds. Reliable enough source for the court. Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? What kind of prescription was it? What sort of medicine was in the bag? Well, actually, the bag we found was empty. Huh? Yeah, completely empty. It was completely empty? Now what happened with the investigation after that, detective? Yeah. What happens if we question about the health insurance? Oh, I guess we can't. Okay, never mind. But the defendant had been passed out for a while, correct? In that case, isn't it possible someone planted the evidence into Maggie's pocket? Yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes. Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat. Sorry. So, Wright, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket. It's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence? Well, I'd love to, if I had any. So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for. Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh? And they're just gonna let him get away with it? It was just $1, detective. I guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe. If I don't find a hole in his testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been. It was reported at 2:25. Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30. It's like a whole fucking hour and a half difference, I think, isn't it? Yeah, because another 30 would make it 2, and then adding another 30 would be 2:30. So yeah, that's like a half-hour difference. Victim got this from the doctor before going to Trespian. The bag is empty. It won't let me even find Cap's channel. Do you have like safe search on or something? Found the lawyer taking the bottle of poison. So an empty bag that is supposed to have a prescription sounds like something missing. So I guess I would present the prescription bag here. Because if there's supposed to be a prescription in it and he just went to the doctor to get his prescription, why isn't it in the bag?
Objection!
I think I should point something out to you. There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Finally. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you? Testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later? No, they didn't. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tribune. Where then did the medicine disappear to? Are too cool, pal. Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself. Order, order. Well, Mr. Gudo, what do you have to say to that? Ah, that's all. What? Read for the court name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. Oh, read, sorry. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear... Fucking long-ass word clinic. So what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Gudo? Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say. A war wound? The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum? Then what on earth was the prescription he was given? It was a cream that was applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested. It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear. Yes, here it is. In very, very fine print. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trespien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication. Seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all. No. Nick, if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over. He's right. I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Shit. Wait, no. How was it never recovered if they had his body and he took it out? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't answer why it's missing. Only moments ago, Mr. Gudo made the following statements. It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Trespien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime? But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
Objection!
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the
Objection!
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable. Arg. Hello, crossbow. Is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Grudeau. I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder. Pigeon hater? Very well. Matter of the disappearing medication seems little more than trivial at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me. Hey, good job, Nick. I'm going out on a fucking limb, shut up! The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess. Whew, that was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. It's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right? It's okay, I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. Felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. Don't ever want to see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you gonna be able to handle him, Nick? Yeah. I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Gudo, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. My name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me, mind you. I can be quite emotional at times. I need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell us, the court, your occupation. My occupation? Listen, youngin', how much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here? Kimono embroidery? That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed. Wow, real craftsmen. They're a dying breed. Maybe he could embroider my costume sometime. Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile. That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen. Now then, witness. Where were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident? Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of cappuccino. Seeds? What do you think these are, hmm? I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. I saw it. Then please tell the court. We're all ears. Sure. I'll tell you every last detail. I'm really getting into this. What I witnessed. The young man was reading the sports paper. Servant girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. Man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, then collapsed. She is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones, hmm? Newfangled? All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. Excuse me? Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away. Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Young man was reading the sports paper. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenelg. I wanted to know if Gustin Braun retained his championship or not. So he was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading, huh? And at the location in question, there are partitions between tables on the same side of the restaurant, right? So what if there are? If you say that you could see the victim, that means you were sitting at the table the other side of the restaurant, correct? I got to that place to drink Java too. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at. You mean you go there to eye the waitress? Serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. That is a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw? Victor Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I. I see. My eyesight's fine. The doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving. I bet his eyes are only really fine when he's scoping out a waitress. And I saw what the serving girl put into that Javachino as well, but I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Press harder, Your Honor. We need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the waitress that the waitress adds what he knows. Oh, gosh damn it! I can't English. I'd like to ask that the witness add what he knows about this to his testimony. I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please? Sure. There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Hold it!
Did she really put that into the coffee? You doubt me, boy. She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in. Couldn't she have been adding sugar? Sugar? A small brown bottle like that? Like that? Witness, could you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms? A bottle like this, perhaps? Oh, there it is. That's the one. That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume? So what did the accused put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you? You can't just show them the fucking bottle. They have to describe it. Idiot. Man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed.
Hold it!
He just took one sip. You waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. Good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died. Congratulations. You have earned the title of baddest man to grace a courtroom. So, it was an immediate death. Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose it's possible. Oh, yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drank turn sour in my stomach. Oh, yes, I know that feeling. And the waitress, I presume she is... Okay, cool, you remember her. You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Oh, shoot. Not what I meant. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by? Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. Sorry. You can see all the way up to her... you know, she's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit, but anyone can wear just such an uniform, even me. Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image. Get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together. Guess I got a bit carried away. There are other things I recognize about her too. Seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Okay, fine. Press harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendants, I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair and her apron straps were loose. Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess. She makes a good point, though. Hey, did I just say something clever? I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie. That's what we have to figure out, Nick. Wait a minute, if he saw... I just thought of something. If he really caught a good glimpse of Maggie, right? He would have noticed and said something about these giant stains on her apron. Because the apron wouldn't be clean. And he would have hated it. Right? Apron straps were loose, but he didn't say that the apron was dirty. Right? On the statements of the ribbon and the apron straps? I thought I already did. I can press it again.
Hold it!
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but what about the most crucial detail of all, her face? As if I remember that. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. No doubt he remembers a waitress pretty well. What should I do? Get the feeling of something more to this somehow. Shit. Oh, yeah. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in the straps. Why is that? What? The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination? Fascination?
Objection!
People have all kinds of fetishes, Wright. We don't need to embarrass them with this. Listen, you young upstarts, I haven't got some sick strap fetish. Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright? I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress's straps. Okay, so I guess I had to do the other one. I thought by asking about the straps, it would be like, oh, well, these are all from the back. Can you tell me anything about the front of it?
Hold it! Objection!
The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
He's got you there, Gramps. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Court requests that you add details about any identifying features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. Sure. This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer. I can't find a hole in it soon. It'll get even longer, I bet.
Hold it!
You didn't find anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the waitress's face, yes? No question about it. I didn't come this far back to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down. It's not the answer I was looking for, but okay. This has turned into a matter of pride for old Seedy now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. Proof that the old guy didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. So I guess now I would present the fucked up apron.
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Damn. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I have. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot. What? What is it? Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. Huh? And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops. Witness! You can't just oops your way out of this! Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Wright, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress at the restaurant. That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird. Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. What?
What's going on?
Nothing. The defendant. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. Rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. Can't remember. Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out. Very well, let's just test how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. Got a newspaper in his right hand, and the nosy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. How are we going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that this old man's memory is shot. To trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best.
Hold it!
Spectacles. Dark glasses to you. One of them lenses was green, but the other was broken. Fangled rubbish, that's why I remember him so well. He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses. He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Kudo's sharp appearance. Better come up with something sharp and quick. Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Nosy brat kept rustling the pages.
Hold it!
The newspaper was a sports paper, was it? That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting? How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I needed to find out if Gustin Braun retained his championship title. It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own? Why are you looking at me like that? Ow! Gustin Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway. The young man was listening to the wireless.
Hold it!
Hello, Peach. The wireless. The young rascal in my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless. Oh boy. And using an earpiece, it's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio? What are you looking at me like that for? Ow! Serving girl in question brought over the Javachino.
Hold it!
You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right? You're one of those, aren't you? You never let anything go, isn't that right? Maybe. What does it matter if I saw her from the front or from behind? Picked up the cup with his free hand, took a sip.
Hold it!
His free hand? Yes. Which hand was that? Weren't you listening before, clock ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, which one was it? Perhaps the great Mr. Wright has 3 hands. Yeesh, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination was to establish one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. Oh shit, you're right. It was with the opposite hand.
Objection!
Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know, there's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. The other streamer that was playing My Wife left me. Oh! You're talking about actual Captain Icicles. Yeah, no, he had to go do something. I'm his wife, so I'm taking over. Taking over temporarily. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he— What? If you think I'm just gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. Is that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault? Me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. But, sure, why not hear a little more, Mr. Kudo? But this is my 16th cup of coffee, so this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. I don't think you can. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup with his left hand. But we've already established. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. They don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts, in good old black and white. So the victim was wearing an HMD. There was none of them, actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question, I could only see the side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, you'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Kept fiddling with it all the time. Wait, he keeps thinking it's his left because he wasn't right next to him, he was sitting across. Just before he picked the cup up.
Hold it!
Which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fasten your left cuff with your right hand. And when your tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah, you're the one who deliberately looks left, well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... The hand to the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Left eardrum was ruptured. So it was over his left eye and his left eardrum. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. Kept fiddling with it all the time. Fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too, and then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Yeah, you're right, Justin. How would I present that, though? Is there something else I need to press?
Objection!
I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon, pretty pigeon. The witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Kudo, Eric, a single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down, I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. Took a sip of the cup held in his right hand, and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions. The victim died immediately after taking just one sip of coffee. Which hand the victim used to pick up the cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. Fact still stands, with one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poison coffee like this. Sadly, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Also, I believe Phoenix, and that the man doesn't seem to be lying. Wonder why there are contradictions despite that. Because he was sitting across! I can't believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. There's something else this court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, I might not be any... But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? Looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. Maybe 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. That's enough, witness. I believe it'll be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. I can't believe this is happening. Get the picture, just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with the box of seeds. Facts. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing, and I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took the sip of his Dravicino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase, he knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man? We're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. All I can really think of, and I'd have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain, that's why. That's all you can think of. It's the final showdown.
Hold it!
The court generally prefers it if the witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony, this is the final battle. Ow! He's chucking those seeds harder than ever, I better be careful. Come on, Nick, nail him! The young boy slumped over the table, took a sip. So we've already established that. Clumsy idiot upset the vase, he knocked it right over.
Hold it!
A vase, you say? Yes. There are vases on all the tables now in the place. There are accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Well, he's right about where there being vases. I do remember seeing them too. Oh shit, it's standing back up. You saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. I heard it break, and the side of it's burned into my memory as clear as day. Why is it that? It broke and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked.
Hold it!
Soaked in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed me on the knee as well. You said you were sitting at a table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet, the water still managed to splash onto you? It was cold, I clearly remember it splashing me. Could the water really make it all the way across the other side of the room? Maybe we should just present his demise? Yeah.
Objection!
This is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch. Ow. Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. What? Well, you see... It startled me when the young lad collapsed, so I stood up. Must have been when it fell over. The vase was on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yeah, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. And I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup and the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. He did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor. The witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that. That was really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. BBgiggle's. Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. Hello, Shogun Roll. So, how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? Got a bit crazy in there. Just wonder if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw, the apron straps and the ribbon. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictions. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah, we've got to find one for Maggie or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty. Alright guys, it has almost been 2 hours of stream. Which, my god, that went fast. I just dropped in to say hi, but I gotta go now. Aww. Bye, Shogun Roll. So, we are going to save. Very nice. And... it really did go fast. Haven't even finished my second stream doodle. Not the second stream doodle. Good night, everyone. You all matter to someone. Whether it be friend, family, or even a goldfish. You matter. So stay alive.